What's going down, party people? What is going down? Is it the best time to buy and sell a house for the rest of your life? Is it even possible, with all the bad news on the nightly news, with all the bad news on the radio, that this could be the best time for you to move financially, maybe even relationally, for the rest of your life? I think it could be. Not for everybody, but for most of us. We're going to dig into that as we make our way through the show. Lots to cover. Certainly want to cover what's on your mind. Give us a call or shoot us a text. 214-310-0008. That's 214-310-0008. You'll be reaching out to me, Todd Tremonti, as well as our team, the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team. If you take advantage of that phone number and the so-called midweek in between our shows, you can chat with our team, world-class full-time pros who can deliver world-class value. That's 214-310-0008 for the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team. And right now, with your questions that we can answer for you about your real estate. We got Full Price Courtney, producer extraordinaire, in studio with microphone ready to rock.
Hey.
How about that?
She's here.
How about that?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's just we're in the thick of summer. How's your summer going?
Listen, so far so good. I mentioned last week, it's hot. Hot's not my favorite temperature.
It's my favorite.
But I do love pool parties with the kiddos and, kind of some lazy mornings on the weekends and things. So I like summer, I don't love summer weather the best.
Sure. But you're enjoying your backyard.
I'm enjoying it.
How's the orchard? Blooming,
Orchard is
popping?
Killing it right now. We remulched the whole thing, and the trees are thanking us. We got plums. We got peaches. We got apples rocking and rolling. We got pears everywhere. We're enjoying it.
Yeah, that is a fun part of of summer.
Trying to keep the grass out a little bit, but that's a forever battle.
Yeah, it spreads. Listen, what's on the horizon is election season.
No.
And I'm just anxious about it.
You know what's hard about having such great candidates?
I mean, it just makes it so enjoyable.
I don't know either. Anyway, this is not a politics show, but it turns out
it doesn't have to be a politics show, but it does affect things.
It turns out that it does affect things.
So I've noticed that you are always saying that we should buy more real estate. I'm constantly calling you out on that.
I support this message.
I know you want us that no one's ever regretted buying, that values only go up.
I've never said that no one's ever regretted buying, but I have said no one has ever said to their parents or grandparents,
I wish you bought less.
I wish you bought less real estate. I'm sure someone knows an exception because their parents or grandparents bought the worst real estate ever. But generally speaking, we're all like, gosh, I wish I could have bought houses at the prices my parents and grandparents were paying. And that illustrates the fact that generally speaking, over the long haul, these things get more expensive.
Yeah. So you're saying buy now because we've got this election wild card. But what you and I are constantly navigating is our emotions. And, what Todd Tremonti says, buy what you can buy, not what you want. And people don't
hopefully
hear it.
you can buy what you want, but not everybody can, right? And the truth is, if I'm being really honest, most of us in DFW and the world of real estate have been spoiled. We've been able to buy what we want,
right? For
the most part. We can all dream big. But with crazy low interest rates, and even with rapidly rising prices, which we've had for a long time, historically, we've had lower values than most other parts of the country that are as desirable, certainly than the coastal communities. So all that to say, values are up. And I'm not going to break down the whole rate thing. We do it every week here. If you have questions, just text them 214-310-0008. I'll gladly answer your questions, but we're not going to filibuster on rates. We're all kind of sick of talking about it. But the reality is this, that it is probably just going to get harder. So if values are where they are and they're going up and you can buy something right now, like if you'd like a 5-bedroom, but you could get a 4-bedroom with some extra space, get that. Get what you can get. Get something you could be happy with, proud of, that's better than your current situation as far as either pride of ownership or wealth building, safety, security, whatever your priorities are. But holding out for I want everything to be the way I want it is a really silly way to do life. Life is just not always going to line up the way you want. And the current generation of homeowners is not getting as positive as an opportunity as the last one did. That's life. It stinks. I'm with you on that. It's just I don't want to waste any time talking about it because it doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you. If you want to buy or sell and buy a real estate right now, the cost of sitting around and complaining and waiting and hoping and wishing that everything would align to your favor is significant. A, it's costing you all that time. B, it's costing you the emotion of negativity and bitterness and all that. And C, it's going to cost you more money later to buy that home, most likely. Now, there's always exceptions to the rules where you get a great deal or a family hookup or you do somehow perfectly time the market. But those are rare situations. Many, most people will say, gosh, I wish I had done it sooner. I wish I could have done it sooner. There have been plenty of times I wasn't mad. I was like, man, I couldn't afford it before. I wasn't ready before, but gosh, I wish I was. That would have been sweet. How much did your first house cost?
Oh my gosh, $230,000.
Okay. My first house cost $147,000.
Uh-huh. And how much did you sell it for?
Find me on social media today, if you're listening or watching. Find me on social media today and post somewhere on one of my profiles how much your first house costs. Mm-hmm. Cannot wait to connect with you there. Sorry, you had asked a question while I was saying that.
Well, no, I mean, you're absolutely right. 100%. We wish we would have bought 2 homes.
My second house cost $125,000 and my third house $141,650.
I don't even, these numbers are shocking.
Yeah. Now, I go buy dumpy houses and remodel them and do all that. But still, that's the difference in time. You know, I bought my first house in DFW in probably 2006, I think. And things are different. I don't know if you noticed.
Things are different.
In the last 20-ish years, things be different. Hey, nice.
What do you think, how would you define the election wild card?
Before I do that, first chunk of the show is always funded, brought to you, promoted, encouraged by Patrick Glaros and his really, truly great team over at Cardinal Financial for all your mortgage needs. Now, mortgage for a lot of people is like, I don't want it. I just have to have it. I get that. But you're going to want to work with Patrick and his team. They're thoughtful. They're caring, phenomenally intelligent and capable and prepared and educated and all those good things. So you're not just going, all right, give me a mortgage. You're talking through which different options, products, down payment versus borrowed amount, insurance, all the total cost, what's comfortable to you, what helps you build wealth, what helps you save for retirement, enjoy the home of your dreams. You're actually going to get a consultative, helpful, protective approach as opposed to, here's what you got to do. So reach out to them right now, 972-728-3420 for all of your mortgage leads or mortgage needs, or online at patrickglaros.com, Glaros. My guy should be your guy for mortgage, patrickglaros.com. Okay. What is this election cycle going to do for real estate? Here it is, everybody. Here it is. Breaking news coming across. I don't know. Who does? No one knows. Now, I'll tell you historically what election cycles do for real estate. They cause a delay in decision making. And then guess what happens after the election, Courtney?
Something goes up or down.
Everybody does what they were going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Literally. So there are the people right now that are like, if Donald Trump is our president again, I'm moving to Canada. Uh-huh. Guess what everyone in Canada is saying right now?
Come on.
If Trudeau is our president again, I'm moving to the United States. Right? And guess what everybody's saying in almost every country right now? Our leaders stink.
We're leaving. Guess
what this world is sadly almost completely void of right now? Leadership. Please encourage your children to be quality humans. Please lead and guide and model for them what real leadership looks like. Selfless, sacrifice. and the willingness to do hard things and not take the path of least resistance and not always look for comfort and not always let your emotions lead you and not always do what's best for you that hoses other people. And there's your public announcement for leadership today. What's the election going to do? I don't know. I wish these people were actually more different than they were, and I wish they would communicate honestly and effectively, but apparently that's not politics. So we get what we get, and we currently have two older dudes who have seemingly wildly different approaches to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, money, prison, the legal system, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I do not know what's going to happen, but here's what I do know. I've been doing this. I believe this is the 6th presidential election that I will have been in real estate through. And the same thing has happened on all of the other 5. Leading up to that election, people get wishy-washy, anxiety. And I always say, a confused mind says no. In reality, a confused mind kind of does nothing. They just wait. They pause. They freak out. They stay on the fence. And a lot of people are doing that right now. And so what's going to happen in November? Most people will complain or breathe a sigh of relief and then go back and do what they were going to do anyway. They'll buy, they'll sell, they'll rent, they'll invest. They'll just do it they'll be a little bit happier or a little bit more annoyed. But generally speaking, people are going to do what they're going to do. You see all these celebrities that say they're going to leave the country if so-and-so gets elected? Mm-hmm. Guess who's still here?
All of them.
Just about every single one of them.
Because as countries go.
And all I would say is just stop saying you're going to leave. We got a really good deal here. Is it perfect? Clearly not. Is it getting a little bit sketchier? Yeah. But I think every generation ever has said that. Like, man, when my parents were kids, people didn't fill in the blank with crazy stuff people are doing. So I don't know what this election is going to do. What I do know is everyone in the past that I've been a part of in real estate has caused people to delay decision-making and then do the same things. So if you're in that situation right now and you're like, ooh, that might be true of me. I've been delaying. I've been thinking that something's going to be different, but if I'm being honest with myself, it probably won't. Then give us a call because I think you'd be better off making that decision now. It doesn't mean everybody should buy or sell right now, but most people, if you're going to sell and buy, or if you're going to buy, now is probably a better time for you than almost every later that could happen. Now, like I said, things can happen. There can be rare moments of opportunity where prices do come down or rates come down and you beat everybody out to the swarming of the market. But for 98+% of us, you're not going to time it right. You're just going to wish you had done something sooner, saved the money, and enjoyed your new place longer. So I'm not judging. I'm not threatening. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying most people historically are going to look back and go, gosh, I wish we'd have just done that. And part of that, to Courtney's point, she was quoting me, but the point she made is that you maybe shouldn't wait to get your ultimate dream property. You should get as close as you can get, something you can be proud of and love, and get in the game of real estate instead of waiting, and that dream potentially running away from you as our property values continue to rise and the process of ownership maybe gets harder and harder. So if you haven't checked your insurance lately, transition. If you haven't checked your insurance lately, you need to. I recommend you do that with DP Lambert, dp.lambert@goosehead.com. He's taken care of me forever. Hundreds, if not thousands of our clients have saved a bunch of money, increased their coverage, or ensured that they had the right coverage, and they've done it with DP Lambert. dp.lambert@goosehead.com. dp.lambert@goosehead.com. And if you ever forget any of the information or the people that we introduce you to, just go to toddtramonteteam.com, click the radio tab, and all those pros and vendors and their information is right there on the site. toddtramonteteam.com, click the radio tab. All right, Courtney, next round.
Well, I have something not real estate related.
Oh, boy. It's kind of like when someone says, can we talk later today? Okay, get to it. What is it about?
Well, when you're talking about how people like say they want to leave the country, there's a TV show that I have that I've watched. It's the Magic Prank Show. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It's a very fun
unpaid promotion.
Show. Yeah. But he was just saying, this magician was like, people always say, like, can you make my spouse disappear? And he's like, he doesn't think that's funny. That's not a funny joke.
Absolutely not funny.
And so somebody like commented on his Facebook page. And so he can you make my husband disappear? And so he went through that guy's profile and found his spouse. And he was like, let's play a joke on your spouse and make you disappear. And it was really funny, and you should watch the show. It's great. Magic prank show.
Okay, here's a tip for everybody. If you're telling a story that takes more than 5 seconds and you feel like it's not going well and it's not going to be super funny, this isn't
like
truthful.
Double down or exit.
Then you just throw in and then I found a $50 bill, and then it's a cool story. It's not true, so don't do that.
Listen, it's a good hot tip, and I think if you want more good hot tips for having a great summer, you should grab our summer fun guide. This really should be like last call, last round. Because especially you want to get it now. It's got great July 4th hot tips on where to see fireworks and whatever. You can text us at 214-310-008.
0008. Yeah, go ahead.
3 zeros. Y'all know how to use a phone. And we can send you a digital. You can get it at our website, DallasHomeRealty.com, ToddTremontiHomeSellingTeam.com.
Or ToddTremontiTeam.com.
Okay.
Really, any of those will work. And hundreds of others. You need a summer fun guide. Courtney's right. We put a ton of work into this. That's not why you need it, but you need it because it's awesome. And it will make your summer better. And it costs you $0. So if you want a hard copy, go to ToddTremontiTeam.com, click that top tab. All you got to do is just let us know what address you want us to mail it to, and we'll get it right out. If you want a digital copy, you can have this in your inbox on your computer screen in about 1 minute. Go to ToddTremontiTeam.com, click the top banner, bam, bam, emails it to you, click it, open it. All of a sudden, by the way, if you're a food person like us, you need this. We're telling you all of our favorite hot spots. We do a thing around here called Food Fights. It's kind of we fight over who's got the best whatever, patio or wine list or burgers or live music and food or onion rings or whatever. So all through this thing is our favorite food spots, ice cream spots, trails, places to beat the heat, places to travel in town, around town, or out of town, some like under the radar hidden gems of things to do and places to go, some completely, anyway, unique and cool and fun stuff. You got 30 pages of summer goodness. Go to ToddTremontiTeam.com. Up top, click the banner. Get your summer fun guide 2024 before summer's gone.
Before summer. Do you have any like insights to like buying luxury property or like these large homes on land situations? Like, how is that different from my I don't know, my suburban ranch?
It is different. Some aspects of it are less different than you might think, and some are so much more different than most people think that's hard to explain on the radio. But I would just say, in the world of luxury, and luxury is a bad word because it means different things to different people, and the people that use the word luxury the least are the people that own luxury things. So someone who owns, let's just say, let's go crazy, $10 million house doesn't tell their friends they own a luxury house. They say, we built a new home. We bought a new house. As a matter of fact, in my experience, and we sell a lot of them, they avoid words like that. They typically try to downplay it. If someone is really hyping it, they probably barely got into it. But all that to say, the differences are typically in the process. Is it cash? Is it financing? If so, what kind of financing? Where's the cash coming from? Where are we verifying those funds? What's our timetable? Are we exchanging? For example, are we selling a property and exchanging the value and equity out of one property into another property? If so, are we using an attorney for that? Are we using a special 1031 exchange expert? Are we buying property and improvements? Are we buying raw land? Are we buying a home? Are we buying a bigger lot? What other rights might come with that? Is there any minimal rights? Are there water rights? Is there any air rights issues? Is there any ingress or egress issues? Meaning, how do we access that property? Oftentimes, when you're buying a very high-end property, there are non-realty items coming with it. Are we compensating for those? Or are those a separate negotiation? Or are those a separate transaction? Sometimes there is some transfer of financed assets, whether it be solar panels or media equipment or on-site golf simulators. I mean, there's all kinds. There is a significant difference there. Now, same but different when you say larger properties, larger lots. Obviously, we specialize here in homes on land, big lots, big backyards, And normally we're talking half an acre to 10 acres, like a bunch of land that you would still think of as your yard. You would use it. It's not farm and ranch. We can do that, but that's not our core expertise. So that's different because we're talking about, okay, is this on well water? What's our perimeter fencing like? Where does our property start and theirs stop? Which parts do we mow and take care of like a yard? And then which parts do we not? Are we going to grow things? Are we allowed to grow those things? Are we going to raise animals? Are we allowed to raise those animals? Are we going to have multiple units, multiple properties? Does the city code or the deed restriction allow that? Are we going to have a workshop or a barn dominium? What are we allowed to do? Where are the easements and who has access and when? And lots of other things. So that's just a kind of a rapid sampling of the differences for a higher end property or a land property. Now, when we say luxury, and then we usually don't say luxury, but when people do, normally in the world of real estate, that is defined as 2 times the market average. So if the average in DFW is 400 and something, luxury would typically start at 800 and something. When we say homes on land, at least around here, we typically mean a half an acre to 10 acres or so. And we're talking big yard, not for-profit, full-time farming or ranching. So if you want help with either of those things, buying a beautiful high-end property or buying a property with some land, or what we call just the most desirable neighborhood homes and homes on land in DFW, go to toddtremonteteam.com or call or text me right now, 214-310-0008. That's the Todd Tremonte Home Selling Team. 214-310-0008, or just like my son says,
ToddTremonteTeam.com.
Now, if you are at all interested in upgrading the old garage floors, making them look good, sealing them, getting rid of those weird grease stains and smells and mustiness in the garage, I want you to reach out to goodgaragefloors.com, goodgaragefloors.com. Now, they can do more than your garage floors. They've done our backyard basketball, pickleball. They're looking at our covered patios and pool deck, any of your solid floor, concrete, and similar surfaces. They don't do epoxy. They do way better, and they're like mad chemical geniuses, like laboratory gurus. So if you need concrete floors or garage floors, I want you to reach out to goodgaragefloors.com. Tell them Todd Tremonte sent you, and to ask them all about what they did for me. They did some incredible work. We're loving it, especially this summer, playing pickleball and hanging out before we jump in the pool. goodgaragefloors.com. Now, if you have questions about your real estate, your buying, selling, and enjoying of your home, after the break, we're going to get into some outdoor living spaces and talk a little bit about grilling and enjoying those summer spaces and what they do for your home and how to get after some of that. But if you have any questions at all, call or text 214-310-0008. We can set you up with a free strategy session. You don't have to hire us or sign anything or pay for anything. We can just help you answer your questions and get you prepared to do what you want to do in and around your real estate. Find us online at
ToddTremonteTeam.com
or call or text 214-310-0008. Welcome back, party people. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging with us through the break. We do it every weekend, folks. We're right here on WBAP talking all things Dallas-Fort Worth residential real estate. None more important than what is on your mind right now. What's going on at your house, your apartment, your townhome, condo, lake house, property, home on land, neighborhood home, whatever you're into, folks. We don't do everything in residential real estate. As a matter of fact, we specialize in the most desirable neighborhood homes and homes on land, homes with big backyards. Now, we do a little bit of everything, but those are the areas where our agents are highly specialized and really, truly nobody competes. So if you or anybody you know is living in or wanting to live in a great neighborhood or have, let's say, half an acre to 5 to 10 acres out back or around the house, a little room to play, a little room for privacy, a little room to work, and all that jazz right there at home. Either of those two things, DFW's best neighborhoods or a home on land, we need to talk. Even if you're not in the process of buying or selling, we have built such an unbelievable catalog, library, network of resources that when you need help, you need a vendor, you need advice, you need a tip, you need information, you need, help dreaming bigger for your property. We just want to connect, be in relationship, welcome you to our community of people. So connect with us, 214-310-0008. You can just text, hey, let's connect. I'd like info. I want a newsletter. Connect me with your YouTube channel. Or let's talk. 214-310-0008. That's 214-310-0008 or online at
TouchYourMoneyTeam.com.
And you know the drill. Patrick Glaros and his mortgage team at Cardinal Financial make this segment possible every single time, every single show. PatrickGlaros.com, Glaros. Patrick Glaros and his mortgage team at Cardinal Financial are the only ones I have ever used in 20 plus years in real estate. And all my friends and family and neighbors, nearly every single one of them, thousands of them, have used Patrick and had incredible results. PatrickGlaros.com, NMLS number 308804. Producer Courtney, rocking and rolling with a list of things we need to get to. Let's do it.
Well, you hinted before the break that we were going to be talking about how we're enjoying our backyard, grilling. What are,
You know what season it is at the Tremonti house?
Grilling season.
Tri-tip season. My kids have a slight unhealthy obsession with tri-tip, which is a cut of meat. I don't remember what was happening the other night, but somebody said, what are your 5 favorite things in the world or something? And of course, my sweet girls were like, Mommy, Daddy, friends at school, Jesus. And my son's like, tri-tip. That's the first thing out of his mouth. I was like, first of all, I appreciate that because I usually cook the tri-tip. But also, let's get our priorities in order, buddy. Anyway, it is tri-tip season, and we are smoking tri-tip. We are reverse searing it. We're going prime rib style, brisket style. Not only tri-tip, but a lot of tri-tip. We did chicken fajitas this week. I'm usually a beef fajita guy. Beef or chicken?
I'm beef.
Yeah, I'm a beef man myself. My dad, growing up, still has a legendary beef fajita recipe that is not traditionally Tex-Mex. Okay. It's soy sauce based. And it's incredible.
Should we share it in a post?
No.
Oh.
That's for friends and family and just insiders only. Now, we can share our love for food, but let's be honest. There's a difference between share that with everybody and this is for our people. Now, you're welcome to become our people if we can help you. Buy, sell, enjoy your home, connect with us, text us, email us, become part of the crew. Part of the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team family.
What a motivation.
This is clearly not prepped, but there are thousands of people in our world that watch our videos, get our emails, come to our live events and hang out. And many of those people do have the family suka or spaghetti recipe. Occasionally they'll get their hands on one of Miss Dana's apple pie recipes.
That's how you get
they
into
might
the
get
fam.
in on the beef fajita situation. Now, my kids call my dad grandbuddy.
Cute.
Or usually they call him Buddy.
Okay.
And so all of their friends call those fajitas Buddy fajitas. They're like, are you guys having Buddy fajitas? Because if so, I'm coming over.
I love that.
It's grilling season. It's outdoor kitchen season. And you don't have to have a fancy outdoor kitchen. For most of my life, I did not. I had grills on wheels or grills on tables or grills on the ground. But it's time. It's time for you to get outside and enjoy it. Get all hot and sweaty, grill some meat, jump in the pool, get in the hose. If you don't have a pool, just get cooled off and then enjoy some summer beverages. We'll throw, we get the cheap stuff at Walmart, the daiquiri stuff. Oh. And the kids just have clearly, obviously non-alcoholic strawberry daiquiris and pina coladas or strawberry coladas, or as they say at the Mexican all-inclusives, Miami Vice, the strawberry colada mix. Yeah. And we go overboard for $10 and have fruity frozen drinks because it's so hot, Courtney.
That's cute, Todd.
So it's time. It's time to get out there and enjoy it.
I really need to pressure wash my deck. It's been quite stormy.
You do know that as a member of the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team Raving Fan Club, you have access to our pressure washers. We have 3 that you can use for free, like all of our clients.
Oh, guys, there's so many things that you can use if you want to join our Raving Fan Club. We want to love you. We want to have impact in your life. We're a family. It's just one of the many bennies.
Do you have a grill? Do you have a grill?
Oh, I have a broken grill.
We need to handle that.
I know.
It's time for Will to begin to learn.
I know. I want it to be a part of my flow. And
we'll talk about that off air.
We can talk about it later.
Get you a Blackstone.
Okay.
And we also need Blackstone as a sponsor because I've
tried.
Listen to me, Blackstone. I would talk about you every week.
Ooh!
I would talk about.
No one would celebrate you more.
You know where I made those chicken fajitas?
on that Blackstone.
On the Blackstone.
And in fact, I went to a friend's the other night and they made quesadillas on the Blackstone.
But you know what, Blackstone? I'm going to stop talking about it until we work something out.
I know. We'll have to just talk about a griddle.
Probably not.
Okay. You know what is tanking? I mean,
I can think of a few things, but I'm trying to keep it classy. What do we got?
Short-term rentals.
Ooh.
It's taken a hit.
Okay,
It's
I'll roll with this. I don't agree exactly entirely, but I think I'm with you.
I mean, I know that you don't love talking about short-term rentals.
I don't mind talking about it.
I find it so fascinating from an investment standpoint.
You know why I don't like it as much as some other topics?
Okay.
Because it breeds idiocy. And I think that's what you're saying, actually. What's tanking is a bunch of goobers that were like, oh,
quick
you
fix.
just buy a house
And
then
make a ton of money.
It's automatic.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is dumb and I'm smart. I'll rent mine by the day instead of by the month and look at this cash machine I just created. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the problem with my position on this. It worked for a while. You know what sometimes is the worst thing that can happen to you as a new business owner?
Tell me.
Quick, easy success.
Oh, wow. It's like weight loss.
You're like, oh,
anything.
this is, what are people talking about? This is so easy. I made money. And then you don't save for taxes. And then things get hard. And then you're like, oh, I'm in trouble. And then you're a statistic. Then you're part of the 80-something% that fail in the first 2 years. So what's tanking right now is the easy money in Airbnb, VRBO, short-term rental, lakefront, beachfront, near the concert venue, or even like less thoughtful, like, oh, I just bought another house in my neighborhood and I don't know who, but people are renting it by the night. And now they're not as much, right? Now they're like, kind of like when the hotel like cleans it every morning. Yeah. And I just leave and come back whenever I want. And I don't have to buy groceries and cook and all that. Mm-hmm. Now I like a good short-term rental for the right situations, but it had its day of being brand new, super cool, awesome. Now it's a major player in the market for travel and short-term use rental stuff, but it's not as easy and the market is harder and the interest rates are higher and people are becoming more and more careful and critical and the platforms are, taking cuts and the platforms are struggling a little bit. So all that to say, short-term rentals is not a bad business, but it was never going to be a forever easy business. So the people that are getting hurt badly are the ones that got into it on a whim, fairly lazy, and lazy may be not the right word, but just overly simplified approach. Didn't have a true business mentality and think through carrying cost and seasonality and up markets and down markets, didn't prepare and build a financial model for the worst case scenario. So I'm not picking on any people. I feel bad for people whose investments are struggling, who are bailing out of these things, selling them at a loss and all that kind of stuff. But it's still a very good business if you approach it like a business with help from professionals and training and systems. We have a lot of clients that own short-term rentals. Many of them we help them buy. We don't do management for people, but we can help connect you with them. So if it's done right and there's enough demand and you can manage it well, still a very good business. But it's not open and shut, slam dunk, simple. And that's hurt a lot of people.
Tell me about this Real Growth Systems that's on the horizon.
I think what you meant, and I know how much you love to get real close to saying something perfectly right, but Real Growth Summit is coming up in October, realgrowthsummit.com.
I'm still getting used to the new name.
We've changed the name. If you're a real estate professional, if you're an agent, a team leader, and a broker, and you're hearing this, you should be there. It is built to help you build the business that supports the life of your dreams. More consistency, more profit, more value and impact with your clients and your community. Real estate is not easy. The barrier to entry is very, very low. The barrier to sustained success is very, very high. If you want to increase your likelihood of sustained success, I always say there's 4 stages of business. There's survival, there's stability, then there's success, and finally there's significance. And we are helping people at this conference and through our coaching and consulting with people all over the United States and Canada. We've been doing this for a long time. Our 6th annual conference. We are helping you get from survival all the way to significance. Our most favorite thing that I get passionate about is helping you build a business that supports a life of purpose and impact and provision and freedom and stability and sustainability and all those good things. But if you're just barely making it, or if you're brand new, or if you're living transaction to transaction, or if you're having high highs and low lows and just inconsistency, or if you're doing really well and you want to scale it and impact more people, realgrowthsummit.com. Real Growth Summit, building your perfect business one piece at a time. We're going to talk about all the key pieces. October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at the DoubleTree in Richardson. Just go to realgrowthsummit.com. Right now, for a very limited time while supplies last, you can buy one and get a partner ticket, a business partner ticket, a staff member ticket. You can bring one person from your organization for free. Buy one, get one for a limited time. The room will only hold like 300 people. And we actually sold a bunch of tickets at the end of last year's event. So promotions starting now. This thing will sell out. realgrowthsummit.com. If you're an agent, or you know an agent, or you love an agent, or you want to help someone get started or scale or survive all of our crazy industry changes, realgrowthsummit.com.
Well, and I love the way that you build your business is also the way that you like to live your life, and the way that you kind of the environment that you want your home to have. You want it to impact people and people to feel loved. And it's just a cool connection. What I'm trying to say is that your home matters more than just being a structure that you live in.
Yeah. I mean, we always say it's more than bricks and sticks, which is kind of a cheesy thing to say. But for example, someone's like, hey, we want a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, between 2,500 and 3,000 square feet, under 500. Great. What if there's 2 of them? How do we know which one's better? Mm-hmm. What if there's 12 of them? The answer is, and we do this with every client that we meet for the very first time, is we dig deep to say, what is your deep driving core motivation to do this? That's a consultative thing. That's what we do. That's our approach. But the reason for that is we want to know what's the most important thing to you about buying this home? And it's not the beds, the bath, and the square. Yes, we have to check all those boxes, but it's about, I want to protect my kids like I was not able to be protected as a kid. It's, I want to provide for my family the way I was not provided for. Or I want to create an environment where we homeschool our kids in a way that's really unique. Or I want to invest in my marriage in a way that it's a ministry to others. Or we want to host a ton. Or our lives are exhausting out there. We want this place to be a calming, restful. It's usually that. It's not how many half bathrooms or is it granite in the kitchen? Right. Those things matter. Clearly, we don't want to just not have those. But what matters is the impact or the influence or the, to use one of your terms, the vibe, the energy of the home. Right. And those things are huge. They dictate employment, parenting, marriage, health, stability, balance, all those things. And so, of course, yes, home is a lot more than a house or a condo or a townhome. It's an environment. It's a commitment. It's a culture. And we love investing in those non-real estate parts of that.
Yeah. And one of those ways, is you love living on land, and you've gotten really passionate about that because that's a dream that you had for your family. And
listen, if you want to hear about my dream, Courtney interviewed me in a YouTube series that has handfuls of views, people. I mean, there's 3 to 7 people have taken a keen interest in my childhood dream of having apple trees.
Apple trees.
I'm kidding. There's more views than that. No, but Courtney's right. My whole life, I say my whole life, probably starting at 4 or 5. When do you start memories? My whole life. I literally dreamt of having a larger yard with a sizable family and friends over all the time that are running around and picking fruit and eating it and connecting and spending time together and having meaningful conversations and all those things. And I believe a big yard, ideally a big backyard, is massively conducive to that. If you agree with me, make some noise. Find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, all the places. And let's engage in that conversation. We are building a community inside the community of Dallas-Fort Worth of people who love to live on large lots, on half acre to 10 acres or whatever the case is. Maybe you like a garden. Maybe you like an orchard. Maybe you want a basketball court, pickleball court, pool, room to run, some trails, some shade. Maybe you like water features, or you just want privacy, or you want a workshop, or you want a second dwelling unit, or whatever the case is. You're my kind of people. Now, we also absolutely love to help people, buy in the most desirable neighborhoods in DFW. We love that. My obsession, my passion is those homes on land. So if you're one of us, connect with us. Shoot me a text right now and just say, I'm one of you. We're homes on land people. We're big backyard people. And we'll find a way to connect and continue to resource you, help you enjoy your property more, connect you with other people doing that, with ideas, with vendors, all those things. Just text Homes on Land right now to 214-310-0008 or just HOL, 214-310-0008. And of course, if you're thinking about buying and or selling properties or a property or moving from or to a home with a big yard, let us know. 214-310-0008. We guarantee to sell your home on land over the average price and under the average time. Specialize in two main things: the most desirable neighborhood homes and homes on land in and around DFW. 214-310-0008 or online at toddtremonteteam.com. And we absolutely do still, 15, 20 years later, we still guarantee to sell your home over the average price and under the average time. Guaranteed. Now, I know you're hearing from a bunch of other agents and brokers all over the radio and TV and everything. I'm here to tell you, I'm not going to name names, but most, if not all of them, don't even live here. They're promoting their national brand or their venture capital-backed lead generation iBuyer platform, and that's fine. They're not bad people. They're not bad models. But our model, the Todd Tremonte Home Selling Team model, was built in DFW, for DFW, by DFW people. We want to be not only your real estate agent and your broker, but your neighbor, part of the community, and part of your life. 214-310-0008, or just like my son says,
ToddTremonteTeam.com.
It's time for another Stump Todd segment.
We'll see. We'll see if she can stump me, folks. Can she throw out a word, and can I turn it into something valuable for you, our friends?
The word is award.
Award? Oh my gosh, I heard something so good the other day on participation awards.
Okay.
Because there's two worlds right now. There's the everyone gets a participation award, and then there's like participation awards are turning all our kids into wussies.
Yes.
I heard that Navy SEALs have more participation awards than almost any other branch of the military. And I was like, no, this is not a thing. Of all the places I would think people hate participation awards, it's got to be the SEALs. The point was, and here's the benefit to all of our friends and listeners, there is a time to reward the behavior and not the outcome. And there is also a time to reward the outcome. And in the beginning of learning a skill or developing or building a life, building a family, building a culture, building a habit, you do want to award that participation. You want to award people for showing up. Showing up is a big part of the battle. You want to award someone for just putting in the effort, regardless of the outcome. Like, hey, you came in 9th out of 9, but way to show up and try. 2 years from now, you might be a state champion. But it has to start with, I just showed up and put in the work. And honestly, some of the best work you can do is when you stink at something and you keep trying. It's incredible. It's probably more beneficial neurologically and emotionally to learn that sometimes we just have to do hard things. So there's my response to the word award, which I did not expect to learn in the last couple of weeks. And I bet you didn't expect to hear that on DFW Real Estate Weekly, because it's a real estate show. But we want to be valuable in your life. We're going to keep trying. You let us know how we're doing. Find me on social media, Todd Tremonte Home Selling Team, Todd Tremonte Realtors. We're easy to find. And let me know if you're getting value out of the show. Let me know if you like these little segments where we get off the real estate topics and just get into life. We believe real estate impacts life. We want to have massively positive influence and impact in your life.
It's true. And we are looking for people to join our team.
We're looking everywhere, folks. And if I'm being real honest, we're not finding. We're very selective. And I don't mean that to mean that we're amazing special unicorns, although I think our team is the best in the business, and I'll stand by that, because we are so careful to find people who are kind and thoughtful and intelligent and service-oriented, but also competitive winners. They want to go to battle and win for our clients. But we love people whose trophies, their signs of success, are the success stories of our home buyers and our sellers and our investors. They love to win with and for our clients and our community. They are not, showing up purely for the numbers game, but they're also unapologetic that they want to make a great living, be generous givers, and provide for their families. But they're full-time only, fully committed to learning forever, and being fully dedicated to working with buyers or sellers in Dallas or Fort Worth, in either our Richardson office or our Fort Worth office. If that fires you up, or you're thinking of someone right now, even if they already have a job they love, we don't have to do this now. We can talk. There may be a time that's better later, or it may be right now. Call or text me right now. Just text team, and then we'll connect. 214-310-0008. Text the word team. If you or you know a friend or family member that might be a great fit for our team, that wants to make a great living, impacting and having massive value in the lives of DFW folks as they buy and sell homes. 214-310-0008, or find us online. You'll connect with us however you feel comfortable at
TouchYourMoneyTeam.com.
We can help you change your life and change the lives of dozens of people every single year as a member of the Touch Your Money home selling team. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, we can add a tremendous amount of value in your life, but not until you reach out. Most people start a conversation about buying or selling too late, and they miss out on options, and they end up having to make an impulsive decision. Don't do that. You cannot start the conversation around buying or selling too soon. Give us a call, 214-310-0008, or online at
TouchYourMoneyTeam.com.